G'day and welcome to another video. In today's lesson we are going to talk about stitch markers, and if you are following along with the beginner crochet tutorials then welcome back to another video. And if you're not, if you've just started to crochet and you've just come across this video, there will be a link below in the description box, which is down here at the bottom of the video. There'll be a drop down arrow, or there might be a see more. Click on that and you can find the link to the playlist, and that will show you all the beginner video tutorials that I have. So like I said, today's video is going to be talking about stitch markers, and as you can see from what I have on my table, there are plenty of different designs. Now this is probably not all the different designs you can get, there's a lot more, but this is what I could find in my stash, so we're going to talk about those. So I have a little sample of crochet here, and we're going to use this to demonstrate our stitch markers. So we have our first one, which is a hair clip or a bobby pin. You might have different names for them, but this is quite a large one. You can find shorter ones. The shorter ones would probably be better because they won't be getting in the way as much. So basically what you can do, and this is a really old one, normally they have the little bobbles on the end. So you just go into your stitch, so you're going to find a crochet stitch, so there. We're just going to poke that through and pull it through all the way. I've used a bobby pin in many tutorials just to demonstrate that you don't need to go out and buy specific stitch markers. So you have our bobby pin, so that's our first one. Next up, I'm going to go in order of not stitch markers to stitch markers. This is a regular, it's been a bit squashed because I've used it for a stitch marker, but it's just a regular paper clip, nothing fancy, but you can use these as stitch markers. We're going to pull out the end of the stitch marker, and we're just going to pop it in. It's not a stitch marker, it's a paper clip. Going to pull out the end of the paper clip and just put it through our stitch. Close it up. And what I like to do is, instead of just putting it where it should be, I just bend it so it crosses over slightly, so then it's less likely to pop out. So we have our paper clip. Does a perfect job. I think I've used these in tutorials as well, again to demonstrate that you don't need to buy fancy stitch markers. Next up is I think they're called bulb pins or pear-shaped pins. Let's see if I can show you this properly. It keeps sliding off my hand. So it's like a safety pin, but it doesn't have that little circle or loop section at the end. I don't recommend safety pins because that loop section at the end, they get stuck in your crochet. So just undo that one, and then again find your stitch and then mark it with your stitch marker, and make sure you do the end up, or you'll poke yourself. Again, that works perfectly. You can buy these as stitch markers, but you can also get them when you buy clothes. Sometimes the tag is attached to the little bulb pin, so you can get those and save those. But I think I bought this one as a set of stitch markers. Here we have a stitch marker, and I don't have my ears pierced, but I'm pretty sure this is an earring. What do you call them, like a finding when you make jewelry. So it's like an earring, and you just clip it together. But they can also be used as stitch markers. That's what I purchased. I can't remember if I purchased this or if it was a gift from someone, but I know that it was marketed as a stitch marker. So again, we go through our work and we just clip that together. And you can see there that it's marking our stitch. I like these are really good. And if you've got your ears pierced, they double as earrings. Or if you're wearing your earrings and you've forgotten your stitch marker, you could totally just pinch one out of your ear. These are another form of stitch marker, but this is a different type. These come in different sizes. I think this is the medium or the large. They do come smaller than that as well. They come in a lot of knitting kits, but you can definitely use them for crochet. So you just pop the end through the stitch and just go through that split. Personally, I don't like these. I find these ones come out. But if you've used them before, leave me comments below to let me know what you think of them. Yeah, for some reason I find, see how they just come out really easy? And if you're moving around with a blanket or something on your lap, sometimes they come out. These are stitch markers. It was a little gift in a plastic parcel I bought, and I bought a parcel from, excuse the plastic, from fiberific.com.au, my beautiful friend Chantel. I bought some crochet hooks from my beginner class, so these were part of a gift that was in there. These are crochet stitch markers. These are the locking stitch markers. So you do them up like a safety pin. And as you can see, they come in all different colours. There's a green and there's a pink one in the packet that they come with, a darker pink. So they come in all different colours. I know these are the less expensive ones, and sometimes I find maybe I'm just too rough, but I do break the ones that are less expensive. So if you've got ones that you buy on eBay or Wish or AliExpress or all those very addictive websites. So next up, these are ones that I purchased from Chantel from fiberific.com.au, and these are the clover stitch markers. I have to say that these are my favourite of the stitch markers that you purchase. They're a Clover brand, and you get 20 pieces in a packet. You can see the different colours, but I do love these stitch markers. And these are, so I bought this packet for my starter kit for my crochet students, and they will get this in their starter kit, as well as a crochet hook and a ball of yarn. And these crochet hooks, which I love, are Clover, and you can also find them on Chantel's website. So these are just from a packet that I already owned, which I also bought from Chantel. And I like these ones. I find they bend more, they're not as stiff. Touch wood, these, I've never broke them yet. They're a bit more flexible, and the other ones are a little bit more stiff. So I do prefer these Clover ones. I think they're much better quality. Let me know if you've got other styles of stitch markers. I would love to know what you use. Oh, also, a stitch marker can be as simple as a piece of yarn. I totally forgot about that. So a yarn about yay big, you can use a piece of yarn and just tie that onto your stitch. That will totally work as well. How can I forget about the good old piece of yarn? I've used that many times when I can't find all my stitch markers. You would think with all, like I have about 3 packets of these, you would think with all those stitch markers I'd be able to find some, but no, they're in all the project bags and all the different notion pouches. So I hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Thank you for watching. You can go and buy these from Chantel. I would love that if you went and supported a fellow Australian. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy crocheting.